All right, so hopefully you watch the general overview, and so you know that when we have something like number 18 and they give it to us in the standard form, we're in really good position to identify our answers. So what they're giving us in number 18 is an ellipse. How do I know it's an ellipse? Both the x and y are being squared, and they both are the same sign. They're both positive. And so we have this x squared over 9 plus y squared over 4 equals 1. So it's pretty clear that the larger number is underneath the x, and so we can start identifying what they want. They want the center, and so the center is very easy. It's at 0, 0 since there's no h and k. It wants our vertices. Our vertices are easy as well. We know that everything's happening to the x direction, and so we're going to take this 0 and add and subtract 3 to it. And so I want you to name those vertices. So one is negative 3, 0, and the other is 3, 0. Those are the vertices that are in play. So I don't want to have the plus or minus in there. The back of the book may do that, but I think it's better for us to see them as two distinct points. And so the focus points, right? The focus points are determined by the c. So what's c? Remember, c squared is always the bigger one minus the smaller one. Remember that underneath these guys are, if you're wondering, hey, where'd you get the 3? Remember, the general form has an a squared underneath it, and we're adding and subtracting a, so it's the square root. But remember, c squared was equal to a squared minus b squared. So a squared is 9 and b squared is 4. So c squared is equal to 5. So c is equal to root 5. So our focus points are negative root 5, 0, because everything's happening to the x, and root 5, 0. And that easily we can get the center, vertices, and focus points, or what they call foci, for each ellipse. And so that's what they're asking for, the vertices and the foci. They're not asking for the center. I guess that's too easy. How about number 24? Same area, same questions. I just want you to see one that might cause you to pause. No problem whatsoever here. We're going to get it in its standard form. Well, its standard form has a 1, right? We know what we're shooting for, so we're going to divide everybody by 36. And they'll be somewhat nice. So notice that things reduce. Y squared over 9 plus x squared over 4 is equal to 1. This is a perfect follow-up. Where's my center? Even though they're not asking for it, I think we should identify it as 0, 0. Vertices. Well, there's 2 of them, and everything's happening to the y, so the x is going to stay the same. And so one of them would be, well, this is the bigger value. 3 needs to be added to the y, or let me better state that, the square root of 9. So we have 0, negative 3, and 0, 3. And so we're going to add and subtract that from the y coordinate of the center point. And then what's our c squared? It's always the bigger square minus the smaller square. So c squared again is equal to 5, so c is equal to root 5. And so what's our focus points? They are 0, negative root 5, and 0, root 5. So it's a very similar problem to number 18, although it appeared different in the beginning. The numbers are working out to be the same, but they're being applied to the opposite variable. And so it wouldn't matter who comes first or second. What matters is who has the bigger number underneath it, because that's the major axis where everything's happening in order to get the vertex and the focus points. And that's the way you do those types of problems.